This treatment usually uses individual and case studies, but in this video we would like to explain the treatment through an applied study. The use of phototherapy in group treatment for 12 persons who are chemically dependent. The participants were part of an outpatient 12-step program conducted in a facility in the U.S. for teenagers and adults who are chemically dependent. All of the participants used in this study are either alcohol or drug dependent or sometimes both. The aim of the study was to conduct a present-focused treatment to reduce stress and modify behavior by focusing on current life circumstances without re-experiencing past trauma. It also intended to gain awareness of the therapeutic value of the psychotherapy when addressing important topics in these patient treatments: trust and honesty to fight defense mechanisms of denial, deception, and minimization, self-worth and power to treat low self-esteem, and finally abuse. The method used in this investigation in order to analyze and describe the process and outcome was self-produced photography. This qualitative methodology was work as much as an assessment and as an intervention, and so it can be supported and completed with other assessment methods. In this case, demography abuse, TSI, and self-esteem, MSEI, questionnaires were administered to gather information. Even though it was a group therapy, individual counseling was possible if any of the participants needed. The treatment lasted 12 weeks. During the first 3 meetings, participants were introduced to each other. The process measures were taken and instructions were given. The following weeks, the participants received assignments consisting on taking at least 4 or 5 photographers related to the topic of the week. A. Trust and trust in relationship. B. Honesty with self and others. C. Self-worth. D. Power. E. Healing from abuse or harm from others. F. Healing from abuse or harm caused to self or others. And G. Self-portraits.
During the meetings, the participants showed and talked about their photographs and how they were related to the theme assigned and the feelings that the pictures evoke. This process helped the participants improve communication skills, verbal and nonverbal, to be aware that their feelings and thoughts are also shared and felt by others and that they are able to establish positive relationships, which increase their social abilities. In order to address and inquire, the facilitators and the counselor use a guide to ask some questions about the photographs like: what story can you tell us about the picture? What kind of feelings or thoughts come to your mind when you see it? Do you like it or dislike it? If the picture had a voice, what would it tell you? With whom would you like to talk about the picture? What does the picture say about you? Whom would you like to share it with?
In the final session, the entire collection of photos was addressed and both participants and facilitators made conclusions. To close the therapy group, a show of the picture was held in the facilities where each participant could display his photograph and invite guests. This interaction helped the patient with not only communication skills but also with confidence and pride of their work.
In the last session, the post-test measures were taken, and then both the quantitative and the qualitative analysis of the treatment were made. From the weekly theme discussion, it's possible to affirm that trust is an issue for participants, and it's rare that they have trust in themselves and in others. Additionally, the discussion showed that the chemical dependency was not the only issue that should have been addressed, and various individual assessments were conducted, meaning that the group therapy should always be supported by an individual counseling. Finally, the quantitative analysis indicated that the scores in the MSEI in all of the participants increased after the therapy, and the TSI scores decreased a little in almost every patient. This is evidence of the efficacy of the phototherapy in the treatment of not only self-esteem, but also communication skills, trust in self and others, and focus on the present circumstances rather than the past.
In individual or other group cases where the focus of the therapy is not the present but rather the past, all pictures are allowed. For example, Koretsky in 2001 noted that the most effective way to address life's transition and to get a clear insight of the past with elder people was using photographs from their past because they helped them to express themselves better. Those kind of cases allow questions like: what's the story of this picture? Do you know who took it? What kind of feelings, memories, or thoughts come to your mind when you see it? Do you know the purpose of the picture? Does it remind you of a specific time of your life? What do you think the people from the picture will tell us? Would you like to tell something to one of the people in the picture? Let's suppose that one of the participants wants an individual assessment.
Yes?
Hi, doctor.
Hi, Maria Jose. Please come in.
Thank you.
So what can I do for you today?
It's just that I feel that the group meetings aren't helping me as much as the others. I mean, they're helping me, but I feel that I can show them all the pictures that I took. I feel a little bit ashamed.
Do you feel embarrassed because you think they're going to judge you because of the pictures?
No, I mean, I feel that they're going to see through me. I don't want to feel exposed.
Okay, is it okay with you if we share the pictures and we work with the pictures just in the way we do in the group meetings, but just us two?
Okay.
Okay. So, what's the story of these pictures?
Well, I took these in the self-worth and self-portrait week. I took them in a moment when I felt confident about myself because someone made me a compliment and I felt like at least someone realized that I'm not the person that everybody thinks I am.
Okay. And now that you can see the pictures, let's take this tree as an example. What do you feel about these pictures? What feelings or thoughts come to your mind now that you're the person seeing the pictures and not the person posing for the camera?
I feel scared, a little bit disappointed.
Do you know why do you feel that way?
I feel like I'm never going to be the girl in the picture. I mean, she looks so confident, she likes her body, she's not worried about what other people think about herself.
Okay, and let's think that this girl in these pictures can talk to you. What do you think she would say to you?
Honestly, I think sometimes the girl in this picture is like an enemy to me.